Presentation. My name is Brendan. I'm going to be your guide for today's presentation, which is all about animal training. What we very much like to do today is give you a behind-the-scenes look at just how and why we train the animals who live here at Shed. Now, every day people ask us lots of questions about the dolphins, for example. So when somebody sees a dolphin do something amazing like this, watch the front of the habitat. A very common question for the trainers is, guys, how did you get the dolphin to do that? And the short answer is, we really didn't. We didn't have to. Because the behaviors you're seeing today are natural to these animals. In other words, things they're going to do on their own, whether you and I are here or not. What we did do, though, was teach the dolphins to recognize cues, very simple hand signals, so that we could ask them to show you these natural behaviors at any given time. So training a dolphin isn't magic. It's patiently teaching the animals, and that's what we do 365 days a year here at Shed. So we're going to take a closer look at dolphin training, starting with Tim on the island to the left. Right now, we're showing you the first and most important step in successful animal training. He's nurturing the relationship he has with the dolphin. We want to gain the animal's trust, and play is a big part of that equation, as is touch, good eye contact, feeding the dolphins. Remember, everybody, a trusting relationship is key. Alright, so now that trust is solid, we've got to figure out how to effectively communicate with the dolphins to let them know they're doing a good job. And we do this by blowing whistles for them. But how do they know what the whistles mean? Well, watch Tim. Every time that whistle sounds, it's followed right away, and it's something positive for the dolphin, something she's going to like. So the dolphin hears the whistle, and again gets a round of applause from Tim. Or here's the sound of the whistle, and it's got a piece of fish. One more time that whistle sounds, followed by a little bit of play. It's not going to take long for the dolphin to make that association that the whistle always results in something good. So now using the whistle communication, we'll teach this dolphin her first training game. It's called targeting. We'd like her to take her head and touch Tim's hand. Tim's hand is the target. How do we teach the dolphin the object of the game? We help her out by putting the target on her head, blowing that whistle, and then reaching in and tickling her tongue. We'll repeat the pattern, touching the dolphin with the target, blowing the whistle, feeding her some fish. One more time, target, whistle, play. Alright, the pattern is clear. Every time she's touched on the head, it's good. So what happens when we change the rules and no longer bring the target to the dolphin, but instead hold it away from her, maybe by a few inches above her head? Well, let's try it and find out. The target goes up high, aha. And so does the dolphin. She's figured it out. She's made a leap in logic. Target contact is good. She can initiate it if she wants to. Of course, she's going to follow Tim's hands inside, up high, down low. We can even move a dolphin from point A to point B through a variation on targeting. Tim's going to give the dolphin a hand signal, asking her to find the target. But if you look to the right-hand side, Maggie slaps her hand against the surface of the water. Keep looking to the right, because the dolphin hears and sees that slap, and before you know it, she's touched the new target. So this is kind of like a game of tag for us, but for the dolphins, or rather, it's a game of tag for the dolphins, but for us, it's a good way to move the dolphin from point A to point B. On the left-hand side, rather on the right-hand side, Maggie gives the dolphin a hand signal. Back here on the left, it's Tim who provides the target. Once again, the dolphin sees and hears the slap of Tim's hand, and before you know it, it's right back where she started. Alright folks, but that's just one way to train a dolphin. Another thing we can do is what you're doing right now. We actively watch these animals in this habitat, because obviously this is where they're going to do their dolphin-type things. Whether it be something like this, spectacular behavior called breaching, like scratch an itch. Or something like this on the right-hand side, a behavior that allows the dolphin to see what's going on the surface of the water. And of course, these are highly acrobatic and energetic animals. Against the back wall, the dolphin vigorously slaps her tail against the surface of the water. Now, these things are cool for you guys, so of course we want to impart on the dolphins to do that. We want to cast into the act with the whistles, right? Timing is of the essence. So the dolphin's out there, playing on her own. She decides to leap into the air, we blow that whistle, it means something. She figures she's just done something good, she should try it again. When she does, we'll blow the whistle again. Thirdly, another whistle, lots of fish. Now the dolphin thinks, jackpot, I'm just going to keep leaping into the air all after it. And it's at this point that we can introduce a hand signal to go with the behavior the dolphin's already showing us. And we'd like to focus on the hand signal with Maggie on the island to the right, who will now ask her dolphin to porpoise or leap into the air. Watch how it's done. Listen for the whistle, the dolphin moving, right-hand side. Porpoise, please. Now let's listen for the placement of the whistle. Did you hear it? Right there at the height of the jump. Now we're getting more specific with when we tell the dolphin good, waiting until the highest point before we blow the whistle. Now we can blow the whistle when the dolphin strikes the surface of the water. That would emphasize something else. We tell them the most important part of the jump is when you hit the water, nice and hard, right here. And that would be a great way that we can train the dolphins to splash everybody sitting right in this area right here. Which we're not going to do. Instead, what we will do is have the dolphin perform this one more time. The hand signal has got to be the same. The placement of the whistle and bearing. So watch and listen. Right hand side, porpoise please. Now let's see what's different about the whistle this time. Great, no whistle at all. So what do you predict might happen? Well, having not heard her trainer's whistle, she decides to keep jumping. Will she go for 3? 3 jumps there, the whistle. Now she's going to stop and race back to Maggie, who has in store for her a friendly greeting and lots of nice juicy fish. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, okay, she just kept jumping. What if the whistle never came? She just exhausted herself? Well, of course not, because of that first step. There is a relationship between Maggie and this animal, and we would never want to break down that bond of trust, because this kind of training is responsible for everything you've seen and more. And remember, everybody, the training is designed for the dolphins. This is their home. We want to make sure we're giving them lots of stimulation, rhythm, variety. We want them to get plenty of exercise. We also want to make sure that they're thinking, and we can also provide them with the best health care possible through training. It's the most important reason we train. We practice simple medical procedures all the time, so that a visit to the veterinarian is something the dolphins can take in stride. For example, on the island to the left, we actually have a young guest interacting with the dolphin. Now, how can this be medical? Well, the dolphins know the trainers and veterinarians on staff, but if we were to call in an expert in some other field, or a researcher, or a specialist doing important studies, we want to make sure that the dolphins are calm and present for strangers. So what we're doing is desensitizing them to meeting people they've never met before. Of course, there's the nice safety level there of the trainer that the dolphin knows very well, but we might have the animal be touched by somebody new, have some hand signals thrown in there that the dolphin has never seen from this individual before. So we hope it's fun for our guests, but it's also very, very important for our dolphins. Now, the islands